get going against his former team.
The first 2 games weren't the best for me.
Shot blocked by White.
Being in the finals before, down 0-2, I have a little experience in this.
Kyrie Irving, it is time to work your magic.
You know what's so funny? I done made it through the depths. I done made it through the depths.
Oh, beauty from Kyrie Irving.
Taught me the finesse. Out the gym, I still ain't pressed.
Now I'm just really leaning in on what I've experienced and how to come back in this series.
So Kyrie Irving, he struggled offensively in the final, scoring 14 points per game on 35% shooting while missing all 8 of his 3-pointers. As a primary defender, meanwhile, he's allowed nearly twice as high of a shooting percentage as he has shot on the offensive end. So here's Kyrie on what he and Luka talked about ahead of Game 3.
So it started with me, just telling my hermano, I got to play better for him alongside him. And, in order for us to accomplish our goal, we both have to be playing well, and we both have to be doing the little things and doing whatever it takes to win. So easy conversation, but it started with me reaching out, just letting him know that, it's my fault, taking accountability for not playing particularly well. But also I got to continue to trust my guys around us or around me and, have fun in the process. We've gotten this far because we've been a great team, not because we've just put it on me and Luka.
So the party in Dallas is starting behind us. But, Park, I hear you have a pep talk for Kyrie Irving.
I do, and you damn right you should address Luka because, look, the finals start June 6th. I hope you get here today. And, look, here's the thing, Kyrie. You're the only leader you're the only person on this team that got a championship, right? You got to lead. You got to show up and show out. You're one of the most skilled players to ever touch the damn basketball. Okay, look, when you and Luka married, okay, y'all had an agreement. Y'all were going to pay bills together, combined. Damn it, the rent is due. But I appreciate the shoes now.
All right, Richard, so if Kyrie is going to heed that call, what do they need to do to get him going tonight?
I don't think they need to do anything to get him going. There is no defense that has been created that can really truly stop Kyrie. There is no defensive player. Even Drew Holiday, one of the best generational defenders we have seen, has said you got to pray because he can hit left-handed shots from 3 to win the game. But I will stand by. I would not be up here as an NBA champion if Kyrie had been performing the way he is performing right now. He is key to their championship. He was key to our championship. So, again, Kyrie going on the road, scoring 41 points. That's why I can sit up here and say I'm an NBA champion. And the Dallas Mavericks need the similar type performance from him. 2 of his worst games in his finals career have been Game 1 and Game 2. I think he will respond.
Look, this is simple. Their big man is either injured or out. Luka is banged up and injured. Kyrie, now is the time you got to deliver. You got to do it right now. It's very simple. He can't mess around. He's got to be very definitive. He's got to be very decisive. If they're going to bring out Al Horford on him, he's got to attack him. He's got to attack in transition. He's doing too much dribbling, too much indecision. He's got to be, he's in his home arena. No more Boston fans. There's not going to be that here tonight. No reason he shouldn't deliver his best game of the series.
And there was no indecision in 2016, Richard, for your squad. I want to take a flashback there because if we're trying to figure out how to get Kyrie going, he played alongside LeBron James, someone who controls the game so well. Luka does the same thing, but Kyrie, most importantly, still needs the ball in his hands. If we're honoring Jerry West, Kyrie is a dog. He can be a wolf. He can win at the highest level. And if we're able to run the tape here of 2016, you'll see that when he gets the ball early in transition, I can't take you serious because he's twerking to this Texas music. But if we can see the tape of 2016, you can see that LeBron was cool with him initiating the offense.
Yeah.
In transition, there's a rebound. Watch, he was aggressive. These highlights show you that he's open. When he's open and he's downhill and he has advantages, he can get himself going so that he can feel confident to take the toughest shots and make the toughest shots because they need him now to do that more than ever. The Mavs so far are 6 for 24 on wide open threes in the finals. He has to be the one to knock it down. He's the one who has the experience, and he needs to take a page from that championship team and realize it's okay if I have the ball, even though Luka's in control.
Right.
The same thing he did with LeBron.
Well, because we don't know how in control Luka Doncic is going to be. As Tim McMahon and I reported yesterday, he had to get a shot in his rib cage area ahead of Game 2, a pain-killing shot, and we expect him to get another one here tonight ahead of Game 3. This is not an 100% Luka Doncic, but what do they need from him, Richard?
Well, I think what we saw in game 2 on the offensive end,
right,
we need to see that on the defensive end better. Luka, you have to understand that because of the way that the Celtics are playing, you don't have a shot blocking presence behind you. So that means that 1-2 dribble, Park says you got to move those puppies better because they got too many guys that can attack Luka. He's got to do a better job. He's got to recognize what they're doing and how they're attacking him. But I think his numbers were great minus the turnovers. He got his assist up, but he still had 8 turnovers. He's got to be more efficient with that, and he's got to continue to be aggressive.
Not to mention his shooting declined over the course of the game after getting off to a strong start, 13 points on 5 of 7 shooting in the first.
I also think that Luka has to lean on his teammates more. He has to trust others. Like we saw earlier in the playoffs, he was getting off the ball a little bit more. Now he's probing a little bit longer. Allow guys to be the better version of themselves and take some pressure off of you, especially Kyrie Irving. I love when Dante Exum comes in the game. He pushes the pace tremendously. But to be honest with you, we're talking about Kyrie and we're talking about Luka, but J. Kidd has to help those guys out. And how do you help them out? Stop playing Maxi Kleber. He hasn't hit a shot in the month of Neverwhere. You got to start playing Tim Hardaway Jr. and Hardy. Bring those kids off the bench and provide space.
I disagree with you on the fact that Luka trusts his teammates. He does. They just miss shots. I think Jason Kidd has to put him on the back line of the zone, not the front line of the zone, because he's not 100%. They blow by. He can have a better defensive stand on the back line.
Still to come for an unprecedented 3 times in a storied career as a player and executive whose silhouette is considered to be the basis of the NBA logo. He died on Wednesday morning at the age of 86. Our own Jay Harris has more.
You know what type of impact Jerry West had on basketball when you become the logo of the NBA. The symbol, baby, the symbol. That's what type of impact Jerry West had.
Known by most NBA fans as the logo, Jerry West's career was defined by his quiet confidence and clear focus, not only in winning, but to perfection.
The West Virginia native played for the Mountaineers and led them to the 1959 NCAA title game where they lost to Cal. He won a gold medal a year later at the Olympics in Rome before the Minneapolis Lakers took West with the 2nd overall pick.
West made the All-Star team his rookie season, an honor he received 13 more times. Throughout his career, he became known as Mr. Clutch due to his repeated last-second heroics.
He would let it go and he would just start running to the locker room.
5, 4, 3, 2.
There wasn't a better clutch player in the history of the NBA other than Jerry West.
West led the Lakers to 9 NBA Finals appearances, but lost 6 times to Bill Russell's Celtics. West's greatest performance came in the 1969 Finals against the Celtics.
West stops for a 20-footer. It's good. Mr. Clutch got it back.
When he averaged nearly 38 points a game. He won MVP honors, the only player to earn that distinction from a losing team.
Jerry West was absolutely fantastic. That was one of the greatest exhibitions I ever saw in my life.
The finals losses took their toll on West.
It was horrible. I really wanted to quit. I mean, I did not want to go on. It was just too painful for me. Sometimes it takes a lot of courage to just go out and play again. And I think with my mentality and the way I felt about the game, it hurt too much.
West finally won his only NBA championship 3 years later, beating the New York Knicks in 5 games. After retiring in 1974, West coached the Lakers for 3 seasons and then became the general manager in 1982, which began the Showtime era with Magic Johnson.
And the most valuable player is Magic Johnson. And leads the Los Angeles Lakers to a world championship.
Jerry actually helped me when I first got to LA because he would always take me aside after every practice or every game and just point out the good plays and the bad play. So this man had a wealth of knowledge, gave me that knowledge, and then I applied it on the court.
West won 3 titles as GM during the Showtime era, and in 1996, he revived the Lakers by trading for high school player Kobe Bryant and signing Shaquille O'Neal. The tandem would capture 3 straight NBA titles.
He had, in a lot of ways, purged the roster to get a guy who had just played nothing but high school ball, and to get a guy who a lot of people like to give a bad time about rap music and free throw shooting. He took a lot of grief for that.
Turned out to be the move of the decade.
After the Lakers won the title in 2000, West retired in the only way he knew how, quietly. West wrote a letter to Lakers fans thanking them for his time there.
He's known as the best general manager ever, one of the best players ever. And, you know, a lot of people can't do that. So I'm just happy that he went out on a great note.
For the man who came from a small town in West Virginia, Jerry West achieved larger-than-life success, both as a player and as an executive. His life is one that left a huge impression on the game of basketball, forever immortalized by the NBA logo.
Thank you to Shelley Smith for that. Jerry West was the NBA Finals. His 1,679 points are the most in Finals history. He also has the most 30 and 40-point games in Finals history. He's tied for the most 50-point games as well, in case you were wondering. He played in 9 Finals overall, tied for the 5th most ever, and he's the only player to win Finals MVP honors for a losing team. He was